Betty Ford Centre. First, a news summary.
BBC News with Justine Green. A fragile ceasefire between Hamas and Israel is continuing to hold for a second day in Gaza. The first successful exchange saw Hamas release 3 Israeli hostages before 90 Palestinians were freed from prison in the occupied West Bank. There were emotional reunions with family on both sides. Donald Trump has told a rally he's going to enact a flurry of executive orders as soon as he takes office later today. He'll be sworn in as president in Washington, where freezing temperatures are forecast. Mr. Trump also told supporters that TikTok must be saved. The app briefly stopped working in the US over the weekend as a government ban came into effect, but services resumed after the platform said it had received assurances from the president-elect. An Indian man found guilty of the rape and murder of a trainee doctor in the city of Kolkata has been sentenced to life in prison. The judge spared Sanjay Roy the death penalty, saying it was not the rarest of rare crimes. The case led to nationwide outrage and protests in India. Russia is investigating a viral video that appears to show a military policeman severely beating 2 wounded soldiers. Reports say the 2 had been discharged from hospital to be returned to the front lines in Ukraine. At least 8 people have died and 7 others injured in a fire at a retirement home near the Serbian capital Belgrade. Philippines President Ferdinand Marcos says he'll veto a sex education bill designed to reduce the high number of teenage pregnancies. Mr. Marcos described the legislation as too woke and said it would lead to 4-year-olds learning about sex acts, a claim denied by its authors. UK's Polar Research Unit is trying to find people willing to work in the coldest place on Earth. The British Antarctic Survey needs carpenters, chefs, plumbers and electricians. Successful candidates could spend up to 18 months there. BBC News.
Welcome.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy. JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and intact? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well, Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at Ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamb.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamb@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at Ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 074 or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car,
At work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Hey there, this is Archie, and it is Starr Radio UK and the morning show.
This is Starr Radio. This is Starr Radio UK. This is Starr Radio UK.
Welcome. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio. Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Okay, let me say massive good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth and those of you on other planets as well. I want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Monday edition of the morning show. This is Starr Radio UK and this is the 20th day of January 2025 and the time now is exactly 6 minutes to the top of the hour and I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
This is the morning show with Archie.
So from now till 12 o'clock, where I bring the curtain down for the end of the program, I'm going to be your captain. I'm going to see to everything for you, bringing you every news that is making the rounds from archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar. As I say on this platform, it's making the rounds. Be rest assured, I'm going to be bringing that your way. So wherever you are, do me a massive favor, share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages as well. And let me take this opportunity to say good morning to Mr. Francis Guy, my able producer, to my colleague and co-presenter, Mr. Olaimi Koiki. Massive good morning to you, to all presenters on Starr Radio UK. Good morning. Vicky Newton, good morning to you. That was a lovely message and thank you very much for saying to facilitate that program. Yes, that took place last week, Wednesday, at the Croydon Town Hall. The endometriosis, right? Okay. Yes, program that took place, creating awareness in our communities. Good morning to you and well done for that as well. When there are any programs like that, you let us know and then we can once again work together Okay then. Let me also say good morning to Atakofi. Massive good morning to you. Good morning to Bishop Adeshina, Anthony Adedeji Aziz. Good morning to you all. Shamsuddin, it's been a while. I hope you are doing very well. Good morning. Tosino, all the way in Moscow. Good morning to you. And then on the day that Donald Trump will be sworn in as the 47th president of the United States of America. Whew, wonderful times ahead. Well, it says tomorrow the deportation is going to be starting in earnest in some states in the U.S. Well, so I say that is what his policies were, and that's what people voted for him. Do you see him bringing the world together, bringing about unity and peace, storing peace and stuff like that across the globe? Or it's going to be one who stands up and therefore others will think, well, you're not the only strong person around the world. We can also do whatever we want to do. Let's see what is going to happen there. But you know what? From now till 12 o'clock, I'm going to bring you everything that you need to know. So, keep your dials logged on. Let me say good morning to Mr. My brother Felix, all the way in Aberdeen. Kojode, good morning to you. Mr. Dantabre, CEO of GL Accountancy Services, our money man. Massive good morning to you all and to the family as well. And to everyone who has tuned in this morning, my salutation to you. And to Reverend Nana, massive good morning to you there. Stephen here too. Yes, Stephen, I hope you are doing very, very well. Yes, your uncle is doing well as well. Thank you very much for joining in. Thank you very, very much. Okay. Yes, let's move on to some of the program scheduled for today. I'm going to bring you the quote for the day. The weather forecast will follow soon, then the travel update. We'll move on from there to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe. That is known as Global Trotting. Then after which we continue to bring you the details of all those stories making the rounds this morning. We'll move on from there. At 11:45, the lines will be open for you to add your voice to the discussion. Then exactly at 12 o'clock, we bring the curtains down for the end of the first part of the program. And then I will take you straight, link you up with some of the pre-recorded programs or interviews with HRH Linda Pallien on Career 101. Yes, we are here to help you in all your endeavors, getting your jobs and all that. We're going to be doing that as well. So make sure your dials are logged on Starr Radio UK. Of course, we are your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So let's crack on. So what has the quote for the day got up for us today? It says, are you motivated by your own selfish desires, or you have a greater sense of responsibility? That is a question that I would love to ask our politicians. Are you motivated by your own selfish desires, or you have a great sense of responsibility that you are there to serve your community, not your own interest? That will be a question for another time. Okay. Let's crack on. Let me tell you what is happening when it comes to the weather front. Let me say good morning to Delta Hammond, all the way in Ghana. Hi, lovely sister Rosie. Good morning, ma'am. Mrs. Vida Hammond, massive good morning to you. And let me also say good morning to Eben. Yes, all the way in Cape Town. Massive good morning to you all and the family there as well. I salute you. Okay, let's crack on. So when it comes to the weather front this morning, well, it was supposed to be snowing. I think the weather has changed a bit. But this morning, very cold. Let me see the temperature in the studio. Just tittering towards about 14 degrees because they turn the heating on for a bit. I know that my producer will come in and tell me that it needs to go off now, just to warm up the place a bit for me. If not, it's like, because of the computers, everything has to be kind of cold, like we are in a fridge. Yeah, all right. But let's move on. So for the weather for London and the southeastern part of England, this is how the weather is going to be for you today. Now this afternoon will be rather cloudy, although the cloud will tend to break up at times, revealing a few bright spells. It will stay dry throughout. Now tonight will be dry and cold with variable cloud cover and clear spells. There will also be the chance of a patchy mist and fog developing in places. Top temperature is going to be 6 degrees and low is going to be 1 degree. UV level is going to be low and pollution is going to be low. Sunset 16:29 and sunrise for tomorrow morning 07:55 hours. And that brings us to the end of the weather forecast. This is Star Radio UK. We're taking you straight to the travels as well. So if you're here traveling, moving about in London, how or where or which transport line are you using? Well, on the underground this morning, the second line is experiencing severe delays. District line part suspension, Hammersmith and City, severe delays, Piccadilly line part closure and minor delays. That aside, all the others are running a good service. DLR, London Tram Link and London Overground, good service there as well. Taking us straight onto the major roads in London. On the major roads in London, were a few delays here and there. A13, A3 and Central London Red routes are experiencing serious delays. So if you can avoid them, do your best to do so. But if not, and you're stuck in there, continue to listen to it. Because as and when there are any changes, I promise you one thing for sure, we'll bring it to the fore. Let me say good morning to all the Abedis, the Kwaw Abedi family back in Ghana as well, and across the globe, of course. I salute you all. I hope every one of you is doing very, very well. Okay. Now, on the riverbank this morning, I can tell you shortly, good service throughout the London cable car is also running a good service. And then that brings us straight to the final segment of the travel update. That is the National Rail. On the National Rail this morning, cross-country, Gatwick Express, Greater Anglia, Island Line, and London North Eastern Railway are experiencing special delays. Also, Southern Rails are also experiencing special services. So please check before you leave. That aside, all the others are running a good service. And this is how I'll put it this way. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. Let's take a commercial break. And once we come back, I'll take you global trotted before I bring you my first segment of music. Stay tuned. Don't touch the dial.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Star Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Otta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program. This is Star Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let me say good morning to my big bro himself, Mr. Francis Obedi. Mr. Good morning to you, and then to Mr. Gideon Kwesi Amwati. Hey, Kwesi, I hope you are doing very, very well. Good morning to you. Good morning to you all. This is Star Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's move on to, or let me take you global trotting. Global trotting. And what have I got news for you? How do we do it? We start from Nigeria. Now, Nigeria, Dangote Refinery speaks on adjustment in ex-depot price of petrol, and over 18 transmission towers vandalized in 6 days in 3 states. Now, government was saying that they were going to see to it that they, put measures in place to stop people from undertaking such unscrupulous actions, but we don't know. Shatima departs Abuja to attend World Economic Forum meeting. NDLEA arrests India-bound nursing student over attempt to ingest 76 cocaine wraps. And in other stories, Abuja-Lagos Superhighway project faces threat as 2 consortiums engage in battle for federal government nod. Well, repatriated 52.8 million loot and battled Disaini disowns any connection with fund. Well, so far as the money can be brought back, that is what matters. Whether she disowns it or whatever, that doesn't matter. But we know that Disaini's case was being run here back in the day. We had Mr. Olemi Koiki going to the court to bring you updates from there. We'll do our best to see whether we'll be able to follow it as well. But in other stories, victims of Niger tank explosion admitted into tertiary medical centers. And I think it's about time where when these tankers are involved in accidents, people should be advised not to go close to that place, because what follows it every time is the explosion. It's the explosion. But people will run to the place, just get in there to try to maybe scoop a few liters of petrol, and at times they end up losing their lives. But what do you think about all that? This is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And let's move on. Let's move on to some of the other stories making the rounds this morning. In other part of Africa as well, Kenya startup turning invasive plant into biodegradable packages, and new contingent on Kenyan police officers arrive in Haiti. Okay, they are doing good, but the issue is, what are they? Are Kenyans feeling protected? South Sudanese police imposed nationwide nighttime curfew. Some of the stories making the rounds. And still in Sudan, U.S. imposes sanctions on Sudan's de facto leader. And we'll be telling you more about all that as the program goes on. And U.S. offered infrastructure incentive to achieve peace in DRC. We'll be telling you more about that. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. In Ghana as well. Some of the stories making the rounds. Arena Idrisu Kwame Agboza and Eric Opoko faces Parliament's vetting committee. And okay. Interesting. Togo alliance with Sahel states and its strategic ripple effect in Ghana's maritime. We're going to be telling you more about that. Neelante van der Poel is Ghana's best sports minister for the last 10 years, Dan Kweku is saying. Now, Anglo Gold Ashanti mine breach, President Mahama orders immediate investigation into that. Well, there have been some unrest there in Obuasi, and we'll be telling you more about our schools in Obuasi temporarily closed amid security concerns, and government is taking immediate steps to restore calm in Obuasi. That is what one of the spokespersons of the president is saying, Kwachi Ofosu. Now, Mahama calls for justice for victims of Gambia 2005 massacre. You remember that one? We'll be telling you more about that as well. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In other stories making the rounds, Trump pledges immediate action to undo Biden policies as US prepares for inauguration. Well, we'll be telling you more about that. And then dramatic day ushers in a fragile Israeli-Hamas ceasefire. Well, a few people were released, 3 hostages from the Israelis of Israeli descent, and then 95 for Hamas Palestinians, and somebody say, wow, 3 to 95. Oh gosh. But let's see, will the peace or the truce hold, or it's just a matter of time and everything is going to be falling apart? In other stories as well, missing U.S. journalist mother visits Syria to renew search, and China executes man for car rampage that killed dozens. Well, I tell you, the Chinese, they don't tolerate no nonsense at all. They clamp down. They tell you, they take you to school. They want to wash your brain if they think that you are behaving or involved in all sorts. But you want to know more, just stay tuned. So coming away from Starr Radio UK. A man has been arrested over stabbing of Bollywood actor. An Indian man jailed for life for rape and murder of a doctor. That's long overdue. We thank God for that coming in as well. In other stories making the rounds here in the UK, I came back to life says freed British Israeli hostage and working from home, not proper work. Ex as that boss is saying. What is he talking about? Well, if somebody is supposed to stock the shelves, if you say working from home is not proper work, yes, I will agree with you. But I have my wife, she works from home. And when she works from home, oh boy, I think she goes beyond what she would have done in the office. And I asked myself the question, why didn't she go to the office to go and work then? But she says that, well, if you are working from home, you have to put your best foot forward so that people can see. But there are some works that you work from home and your let me say your bosses or supervisors or whatever, they are able to monitor what you are doing. Some are saying that, well, there are others who are that fragile, that need support on this, so we all have to come in and do that. Well, this is a new time, and the old school people, you have to wake up. If not, let's go back to the days where we have to go travel on donkeys and horses, using chariots and stuff like that. Those are back in the day, so that you have to be on the ground. Before I came on air, then I was having a chat with my producer, and he was talking about the fact that it was looking at internet. So if there weren't internet now where we can exchange messages just like that and that, I said, well, you remember back in the day, we write letters to our pen pals and write letters from maybe Ghana to the US to our families or our friends and stuff like that. And it take ages to get there. And then you have to wait ages for the reply to come in as well. Maybe we have to go back to that. But these are modern times. We have people who are working here, working in the UK, but are outside somewhere in the UAE or some sunny space where they're thinking they are living their lives, but they log on at the right time and be doing their work as they're supposed to. Are they delivering? If somebody says yes, then why not? Now, back in the day, if you have an interview, it's either, let's say, on the TV or on the radio, I have to carry all my accoutrements with my team, come to your house or your office, and then we can do the interview. But now, it's not like that. You can be in the comfort of your office or in your home or wherever you are, and all that we have to do is what? Just Skype you, or Zoom in, or whatever. We connect it and boom, boom, boom. Everything is working perfectly. As if you are with me here in the studio. So we have to embrace the good side of it. But there are others who wouldn't go, wouldn't be working their home, faffing about, doing all sorts. So when it comes to that, then I think I agree with you. But let me say, thank you very much for tuning in. We're going to be taking our first musical break, and once we come back, we'll continue. But let me say good morning to Atakofi and the chief of Ashiaman and all inhabitants of Ashiaman. I'm going to be visiting you pretty soon, right? Good. And Atakofi's new tune, single there says, open your eyes to see what? Stay tuned. Enjoy it, and I'll be with you.
This is Starr Radio UK.
In your car,
At work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
You are listening to Starr Radio Morning Show. Your favorite Afro-Caribbean radio station in the
Okay, so something from Atako Free this morning, and he says, open your eyes. There are things going on, but you got to open your eyes. It's not everybody who is smiling with you who really wants you your good fortunes, you know. There are some that are just waiting for this to see you crash. Then they'll say, aha, aha, aha. But this morning, may I say it this way, may that not happen to you. So open your eyes, as Atakofi is saying this morning. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to 90 minutes past the top of the hour. Don't you worry, during the course of the program, we're going to be bringing you more about that as well. But let me say good morning to Sharita Pina, who's also come out with an album, a single, which I will be bringing you during the course of the program as well. So wherever you are, don't even think of it. Don't touch the dial. Keep your dial so logged on Starr Radio UK as we bring you the program. Okay, so now moving on straight to what is happening from Nigeria, as I did say earlier on, and it's quite an interesting one there, because you're looking at the prices of fuel, and some of the individuals who have talked about the fact that if the naira appreciates in value as compared to the US dollars there, and there's a tendency that we'll be having the prices of fuel dropping as low up to about half of the price that we are paying per liter in Nigeria at the moment. But what do you think? Do you think that they are just making some noise, blowing some noise or some heat? What do you think about that? And NDLEA have arrested a Indian-bound nursing student over attempt to ingest 76 cocaine wraps. It's worrying, isn't it? Okay, and other stories. Now, if you have two big contractors fighting for attention of government, whether federal government or the a state governor or government for contract, that augurs well for the federal government or the state, because competition, serious competition there, and some people give good prices and offer good incentives there. So why not? So that is a good thing in a way. But hey, when it comes to Africa, people are doing that, something like that sort, then you should be rest assured that some way, somehow, someone might be compromised along the line. But what do you think? Now, Dangote Refinery has assured Nigerians that three of its partners, Adova, Hayden, and MRS Holdings, will sell petrol for 970 naira per liter nationwide, despite the company's recent increase in the ex-depot price of fuel. The spokesperson for the refinery, Anthony Chijina, said in a statement on Sunday, the recent adjustment in the company's ex-depot price is directly related to the significant increase in the global crude oil prices. He said, while we have made a 5% adjustment to our ex-depot price from 899 to 50 to 950 per liter, it is important to note that this increase is considerably lower than the 15% rise in the global crude oil prices, which has seen Brent crude rise from $70 per barrel to $82 in a matter of days, in addition to the premium for Nigeria crude, approximately $3 per barrel in international market. Now, furthermore, Dangote Refinery has maintained the single point mooring ex-vessel price of 895 naira per liter. All our partners, including Adova, Hayden, and MRS Holding, will offer petrol to Nigerians at a retail price of 970 naira per liter nationwide. We have absorbed the increased logistic costs to guarantee uniform pricing across 36 states of the federal and federation and the federal capital territory. Sujena said Dangote Refinery has absorbed approximately 50% of the cost increases in the international oil market. That's a good one there. What are the other companies doing? The company explained that as crude oil remains the primary input in the production of petrol, any fluctuation in the international price inevitably impacts the cost of the finished product. Now, on Sunday, Dangote said, recent adjustment in its ex-depot of petrol is directly related to the significant increase in global crude oil prices. Now, last Friday, Dangote Refinery announced an upward adjustment in the gantry price of petrol from marketers. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. One of the things that provides us with energy that we have to use. So if Dangote is supplying, assuming they are the ones supplying the various energy plants and fuel or gas or whatever, I don't know whether at the moment they are doing gas, but the transmission company of Nigeria on Sunday lamented that over 18 transmission towers were vandalized between January 9 and 14. across River, Abia, and Kano states. The transmission company of Nigeria regrets to announce that over 18 transmission towers were vandalized between January 9 to the 14th across River, Abia, Kano state, and in a statement by the general manager, One Public Affairs, Ndidi Mba, said. Now, engineer Emmanuel Okpa, general manager of transmission of the Port Harcourt region, reported that routine patrols by linesmen on January 10, 2025 uncovered damage to towers 171 through 181 and tower 184 on January 14. Vandals targeted towers 146, 147, and 149 along the Owerri Ahoda 132 kilovolts in line in River State, removing base brackets and compromising the stability of the towers. In Abia State, engineer Alzo Lucky, head of the lines department for region, reported the theft of bolts, nuts, and structural members from towers 160 to 162 on the Lauji Omohia 132 kilovolts line, which was under repair on January 13, 2025. Now, meanwhile, in Kano, towers 105 to 106 and 107 along the Katsina Gazua 132 to 33 kilovolts transmission lines were critically damaged by vandals on January 9, 2025, compromising the structural integrity and risking collapse. In the early hours of January 17, vandalized 132 kilovolts underground transmission cables were also discovered by TCN engineers near Millennium Park in Abuja. This affected power supply to the central area and its environs. Well, who are they selling these to? That is the question. That's the first question. Who are they selling these parts to? Because again, if there is a demand, then the supply comes in. But if you are able to go to those who are demanding this and step on them so that they know that, well, if you happen to buy a stolen goods, virtually you also compromise there. But well, let's see. That brings a job for security companies, right? Yeah. It puts people on the various stations, power transmission lines around those areas, and they can see to that. Well, in other stories making the round this morning in Nigeria at 11:28, Abuja-Lagos Superhighway project faces threat as two consortium engage in battle for federal government nod. The AEC Unity Network Limited, the official recognized concessionaire for the Abuja-Lagos Superhighway and high-speed train project, has denied any association with an entity known as the AEC Geofocus Consortium. Now, AEC Unity Network clarified that Geofocus has no role in the planning, financing, construction, or operation of the 470-kilometer superhighway and high-speed rail project, which are part of President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda to boost national infrastructure. Now, in the statement released on Sunday, the company emphasized that it is a sole concessionaire authorized by the federal government of Nigeria, having received approval from the Federal Ministry of Works, the Federal Ministry of Finance, and the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission. Barrister Yodeji Ademola, legal consultant for the AEC Unity Network, said in a statement that the AEC Geofocus has no basis whatsoever to make any claim in relation to the superhighway project, having not been part of its conception from the onset. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Updates from Nigeria, a final one, and then we'll move on to other parts of the world at 11:30. Embattled former Minister of Petroleum Resources under the Goodluck Jonathan presidency, Mrs. Dizeni Alison Madueke, has clarified she has no connection whatsoever with a sum of $52.8 million recently repatriated to Nigeria from the U.S. Dizeni, who spoke through her team of lawyers led by Professor Mike Ozekume, lamented her continued linkage to corruption and looting of the nation's treasure by alleged traducers seeking to extract a Shylock's pound of flesh from her for reasons she does not know and cannot even fathom. Meanwhile, on the heels of the recently returned $52.8 million in forfeited corruption proceeds, the federal government had linked to former Petroleum Resources Minister Dizeni Alison Madueke, the socio-economic rights and accountability project that Sarah had urged U.S. President-elect Donald Trump and his incoming administration to identify and repatriate U.S. warehouse proceeds of corruption. Sarah told Trump to promptly identify U.S.-based proceeds of corruption traced to former and current Nigerian public officials and their associates, and to ensure the full recovery and return of any such stolen assets to Nigeria. It added that any return of proceeds of corruption from Nigeria must meet strict transparency and accountability standards to ensure the funds are used solely for the benefit of the Nigerian people. In yet another related reaction, the Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, Hurewa, condemned what it called the continued linkage of the former minister to looting, lamenting such narratives are part of a deliberate campaign of misinformation and prejudice. The federal government had linked the former minister to the repatriated funds during a signing ceremony of the asset return agreement between Nigeria and the U.S. on January 10. It said $52.8 million was recovered from the sale of forfeited vessel Galactica assets. Reacting to the linkage of his client to the recovered assets, Ozekume maintained there was nothing like Dizeni loot because the former minister was never fingered in the ownership of forfeited vessel, which according to her belonged to a Nigerian businessman, Mr. Kola Aloko. Besides, Ozekuma pointed out that the issue surrounding the forfeited vessel has long been debunked and laid to rest in charge number blah 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 Federal Republic of Nigeria versus Olajide Omokore and others. He recalled that the then trial Justice Nnamdi Dimgba, now of the Court of Appeal, held that the strategic alliance agreement between NNPC and Atlantic companies were validly entered into between the said company and the NNPC. According to the senior lawyer, furthermore, the said companies and their chairman were discharged and acquitted of any offense howsoever in relation to allegedly obtaining the contract or monies realized from it through false representation. It is all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's see whether we can bring you any other story. Let me say good morning to all of you watching us from our sister platforms at Ododua, Koiki Media, and also from the United States of Biafra platforms this morning. It is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Just hold on whilst I still bring you okay. Moving on to one of the stories making the rounds in the southeast. Insecurity. Solodu promises $5 million for whistleblowers who identify kidnappers in Anambra State. Now, do you think that maybe that will help them out there? Because this is the issue where we have insecurity and things like that going on in that part of the world. But, you know what? It's all linked up with various political entities there. But, hey, they will say, or even if we release Nnamdi Kanu, it will not solve the issue out. But what do you think about all that? It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now moving on to other parts of Africa as well, before we go to Ghana as well. Now let me touch on this one, which happened in Nigeria. At least 70 people have died in north-central Nigeria after a gasoline tanker exploded after crashing in the early hours of Saturday morning, the country emergency response agency has said. Nearly all the victims were locals who had rushed to collect fuel that spilled. Then when the tanker overturned, they finished scooping the fuel, and they brought a generator to use to transfer the fuel into another truck. And when they started the generator, the explosion happened, an eyewitness has said. The Federal Road Safety Corps says most of them were burned beyond recognition. This was not the first incident of its kind. Now, with the absence of an efficient railway system to transport cargo, fatal truck accidents are common along most of the major roads in Nigeria. And the issue is, do they have the necessary logistics to do the transportation of this? Even are the vehicles that they are using, are they road compliant? I mean, roadworthy? Or, as we saw in the other time, I've seen few other videos of entities of trucks that are moving, and one maybe they've got the wheels, the rear wheels got a couple of them missing, and it's like you ask yourself the question, are we really serious? But well, if we don't have the means of transporting it, using rail to transport it, or also using the necessary pipes or underground pipes, or to transport it, then I think it's about time that the government try to do something about all this. But it is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let me put it this way: may the souls of those who have lost their lives in this something that shouldn't have happened rest in perfect peace. Right? Good. So coming away from Starr Radio UK. Let me bring you this one instead. I've seen a story, it's quite an interesting one, but I'll be bringing that your way during the course of the program. Brazil's government said on Friday that Nigeria has been accepted as a partner country in the multinational BRICS group. This adds Africa's largest economy to the growing alliance of emerging market countries. Now, Brazil, which currently holds the rotating presidency of the bloc, described Nigeria as having converging interests with other members of the group. Nigeria becomes the 9th BRICS partner, joining Belarus, Bolivia, Cuba, Kazakhstan, Malaysia, Thailand, Uganda, and Uzbekistan. Now, BRICS now represents over half of the world's population and more than 45% of global GDP, signaling its growing clout on the international stage. Now, the Brazilian government said Nigeria had been actively strengthening cooperation in the global south and reforming global governance, a key priority of Brazil. Well, it added that as one of the world's top oil producers, the African country brings significant economic weight to the group. So let's see how that is going to be panning out for them. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to 11:39. And we continue. A senior United States diplomat said Washington had offered to extend an important railway infrastructure project in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. The U.S. has been supporting the Lobito corridor that links the resource-rich but landlocked DRC and Zambia to a part of Angola's Atlantic coast. Outgoing Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs Molly Fee said the proposal was seen as an incentive for a peace deal between the DRC and Rwanda. Rwanda's President Paul Kagame did not attend a summit in Luanda in December during President Joe Biden's visit to Angola. The eastern part of the DRC has struggled for decades with armed violence. More than 120 groups fight for power, land, and valuable mineral resources. This includes the Rwanda-backed M23 rebels who have seized large swaths of the region. Now, Kagame has never admitted his country is directly involved in the fighting, with the United Nations has displaced close to 2 million people in the province. It is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now moving on to Ghana as well. 19 minutes to the top of the hour. Well, President John Dramani Mahama has ordered investigation into the shooting incident between some illegal miners and soldiers at the Anglo Gold Ashanti Gold Mine that claimed 8 lives. The president has asked that investigations be conducted to bring the culprits to book. In a letter signed by the president's spokesperson Felix Ofosu-Kwakye, he said the government wishes to express deep regret over the tragic loss of up to 8 lives said to be illegal miners following a violent clash at a mining site in Obuasi. In a response to the unfortunate incident, President John Mahama has ordered an immediate investigation to determine the circumstances surrounding the clashes, ensure that any individuals found to have acted unlawfully are brought to justice, he added. However, the government has asked the management of Anglo Ashanti to bear the medical expenses of the injured individuals fully and facilitate the burial arrangement of those who have lost their life. The security agencies have also been tasked to take prompt actions to restore peace in the area and implement measures to prevent similar occurrences, he noted. The Ghana Armed Forces have detailed issues surrounding the January 18 shooting incident that occurred at the Anglo Gold Ashanti mines, leading to the killing of 7 persons. According to a release signed by the Director General of Public Relations, Brigadier General E. Agrikwashi, on Saturday, 18 January 2025, at about 23 hours, illegal miners numbering about 60 breached the Anglo Gold Ashanti mine security fence and intruded at Code Dior Ram. He noted that the illegal miners aimed to enter the deep decline of the mines, hence retaliation by officers on the ground resulted in the shooting, since illegal miners were wielding various weapons. The military patrol deployed on Operation Halt, 2 duties at the mentioned location were fired upon by the illegal miners when the soldiers tried to stop them from accessing the deep decline. The illegal miners were wielding locally manufactured rifles, pump action guns, gas cylinders, knives, heavy-duty industrial bolt cutters, axes, and machetes, he added. However, the shootout became fatal as the soldiers resorted to self-defense. The shootout led to the death of 7 illegal miners, with 1 seriously injured. Now, GAF, the Ghana Armed Forces, noted that the remaining illegal miners bolted, but a soldier who was also hit by the pellets from a pump action gun and gun injured has been treated. 6 pump action BB cartridges were retrieved, it added there as well. Well, Interestingly, that is not something that's supposed to happen. I know. Okay. Interesting. All right. I think that is a good move. Oh, the day the hotel will be sold, then you will see. Somebody will not know what I'm talking about, so just bear with me. It's one advert that I've seen that I'm talking about. Okay. So how do you see this? How is it all going to be panning out? Well, they started accusing the president of flying a private jet at the cost of the state. But well, Felix Kwatiofosu was busy over the weekend. Then the founding president of Imani Africa, Franklin Kujo, has expressed interest in the receiving clarification about the cost of President John Dramani Maham's recent travels abroad aboard his brother Ibrahim Maham's private jet. In response to Felix Kwatiofosu, the acting spokesperson of the office of the president's statement that the president travels on his brother's private jet were at no cost to Ghanaian taxpayers. Kujo raised a question about whether the travel expenses were officially classified as gift to the state. In a post on X on January 19, Kujo further questioned whether Ibrahim Maham's generosity had been formally declared, pointing out his position as a private citizen offering his property for state use. Now, can Honorable Kwatiofosu tell us if the cost of this visit was classified as a gift to the state and declared, given that the president's brother is a private citizen? He posted. Now, Kujo's question aimed to clarify the motive behind Ibrahim Maham's generosity to the country. He referenced the case of Ken Ofori-Atta, a former finance minister under the New Patriotic Party-led government, who publicly declared his decision to forgo his monthly stipends, but subsequently utilize alternative methods to generate income. So, as you are all aware, not long ago, a finance minister under the recently overwhelmingly retired MPP government told us he was not receiving salary. We believed him, and look where it ended as a debt iceberg. Pickpocketing miserably, saving of innocent and defenseless citizens in the name of debt exchange and a coup de grace junk-rated economy, he added. His comments follows Kwatiofosu's statement that the president's use of the Jata private jet is free of cost to the Ghanaian taxpayer. So, what in a nutshell is trying to say is that what is Muhammad's brother Ibrahim receiving in exchange for that? Because in this part of the world, they tell you there's no free lunch. There's never been a free lunch, and there will never be a free lunch. So somebody gives you a cup of nice cold drink, being expected to say that the person wants a whole crate of beer from you. It is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London at 11:48. Let me announce the lines open, and if you want to hop in, feel free to do so and share your take with us. Let's move on. One other story from Ghana, then we go. Now, President John Dramani Mahama has made an impassioned call for justice for the victims of the 2005 massacre in the Gambia, known as the Gambia Massacre. This grim chapter in history saw approximately 56 West African migrants, predominantly Ghanaians, brutally killed by Gambian forces under the regime of former President Yahya Jammeh. On his first official visit to the Gambia over the weekend, President Mahama urged global community to support efforts aimed at compensating the victims' families and holding the perpetrators accountable. He stressed that justice was critical to healing the deep wounds caused by the atrocities. Addressing the issue, President Mahama acknowledged that strides made through the Gambia Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission, the TRRC. He emphasized the significance of such processes in confronting the nation's past and promoting democratic progress. This is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's now move on to other parts of the world as well. The freed British Israeli hostage Emily Damari says she came back to life as her mother says her daughter is the happiest girl in the world and doing better than expected. She and 2 other women were released by Hamas yesterday. They are also said to be in a stable condition and are undergoing more medical checks in hospital. 90 Palestinian prisoners were released overnight in exchange for the hostages, most of them women and teenage boys. Some of the freed prisoners described indescribable joy as they were pictured hugging their loved ones in tears. The fragile ceasefire between Israel and Hamas is now in its second day. Gazans said they slept soundly for the first time since the war. But there is still uncertainty at what lies ahead. That is what reports that is coming through is saying. It's still in there. Yemen's Houthi rebels say they will limit their ongoing attacks on commercial ships in the Red Sea only to those linked with Israel now that a ceasefire has come into effect. The group warned that it will resume its attacks on American and British ships if those countries carry out further strikes on Yemen. In an email sent to shipping operators on Sunday, the Humanitarian Operation Coordination Center, which coordinates between the Houthis and shippers, said the group is stopping sanctions on other vessels it had previously targeted. The Houthis, an Iran-backed rebel group which considers Israel an enemy, have launched more than 100 drone and missile strikes on the international vessels since the start of the war in Gaza. They claim the strikes were in solidarity with Palestinians there. It's all making your way the way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, it is a big day today, and crowds are arriving in Washington, D.C. ahead of Donald Trump's being sworn in for his second term as U.S. president. Just before 12 Eastern Time, but that's 17 hours GMT. The ceremony, traditionally held outside the U.S. Capitol, has been moved indoors due to a forecast of frigid temperatures with a wind chill of -13. Now, following the oath of office, Trump will address the nation later. He's expected to attend 3 inaugural balls in the evening. About 200,000 supporters were expected to visit the city to mark the presidential transfer of power. In his final rally yesterday, Trump promised to sign a blitz of executive orders on his first day as president. Well, you want to know more? Yeah. There is total blank here on the all-important tariff detail in Davos, where our correspondents are, but the uncertainty has already sent the dollar soaring. The U.S. government borrowing costs up to as market bet the tariffs and massive tax cuts will see inflation climb and see of the chances of further U.S. interest rate cuts. Now, this has a knock-on effect all around the world, as we have seen in the UK this month. Now, top officials are pondering if Trump's ally policy suggesting to, for example, withdraw from the IMF and World Bank could really occur. In Davos, there is a growing expectation that in his video address to the forum on Thursday, President Trump will announce withdrawal from the World Health Organization. There is a distinct divide, however, between U.S. executives' message of ongoing accelerating American growth and the fears of the global economic system elsewhere. America's executives expect to be doing deals benefiting from massive tax cuts. Trump's push for energy dominance and the close relationship between big tech and the new president is one that is going to be causing hurt to 10. But what do you think about all that? This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's listen to the Pope as well. Now, Pope Francis has said Donald Trump's plan to deport illegal migrants from the U.S. will be a disgrace if they materialize. Now, speaking to an Italian TV program from his Vatican residence, Francis said that if the plans went ahead, Trump will make poor wretches that don't have anything foot the bill. That's not right. That's not how we solve problems, he said. In a message to Trump shared on Monday, Pope Francis offered him cordial greetings and urged him to lead a society with no room for hatred, discrimination, or exclusion, and promote peace and reconciliation among people. The Pope is known to hold the issues of migrants dear. During a public audience last August, he said that systematically working by all means to drive away migrants was a grave sin. In 2016, before the first presidential election won by Trump, Pope Francis said, a person who thinks only about building walls and not of building bridges is not a Christian. Well, it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. Let's come to the UK, and then I can bring the first part of the program to close. I'll take you to Cyprus, where it's all going to happen there. That is Career 101 from there. Now, Cyprus attacker has pleaded guilty to the triple murder, which brought about the unrest during the summer last year, after the Labour Party has won elections and everything. Now, Axel Rudakubana, 18, has pleaded guilty on the first day of his trial to murdering 3 young girls in a knife attack at a Taylor Swift-themed dance class in Southport. Now, Rudakubana from Banks in Lancashire admitted to the murders of Alice De Silva Agia, 9, BB King, 6, and 7-year-old Elsie Dodd Stankham on 29th of July 2024. Not guilty pleas had been entered on his behalf at a previous hearing, but as the case was about to begin at Liverpool Crown Court, Sunrise KC defending asked for the charges to be put to his client again, and he pleaded guilty to 3 counts of murder and 10 of attempted murder, along with 2 terror-related charges. He was accused of producing the biological toxin resin and a charge under Terrorism Act related to possessing Al-Qaeda training manual. As each charge was put to him, Radukubana, who had his face covered with a PPE mask, quietly said guilty to each count on the indictment. Well, it's a breaking news that has just come true, and that's what I put across. So that will just bring about straight on sentence, because if he's come out to say, well, I'm guilty for whatever thing, there's no need for the trial to just go ahead and question it and all that. So let's see how it all pans out. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Now, interestingly, one issue that is making lots of let me bring this, and then I'll come to that story. And this pertains to all our women relations. So let me say our wives, our children, our girl child, our mothers, and those of you who live in this part of the world. A knowledge gap around cervical screening is currently costing lives. A cancer charity is saying. The Eve Appeal says more women need to know they can ask for adjustment to their cervical screening, which can be painful, uncomfortable, or distressing for some. The test is thought to have about 5,000 lives to save about 5,000 lives every year in the UK, but many women do not get tested. A research commissioned by the charity suggests most women do not know they can make the test easier by asking for longer appointments, smaller speculums, or move to more comfortable positions. And because of that, they think, over here we get in pain and all that stuff, so we don't want to go for the test because in the past I went at this and this and this is what happened to me. But well, if there's a way and those things are applicable, are available, why not? Because it will save your life. It will save your life. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. Now to the final story. Working from home is creating a generation who are not doing proper work, the former boss of Marks and Spencer and Asda has warned. Lord Rose said that home working was part of the UK's economy, general decline, and employees' productivity was suffering. His comments come as some companies are calling time on remote working. Amazon, Boots, and JP Morgan are just some of the businesses who now require their head office staff to be in every day. However, work from home expert Professor Nicholas Bloom said that while fully remote work can be quite damaging to some workers' productivity, spending 3 days out of 5 in the office was as productive as fully office-based work overall. Now, Lord Rose, who was chief executive of M&S and recently stepped down as the chairman of Asda, said, "We have regressed in this country in terms of working practices, productivity, and in terms of the country's well-being. I think by 20 years in the last 4. In December 2024 UK snapshot survey by the Office for the National Statistics, 26% of people said they had been hybrid working in the prior 7 days, with some days in the office and some days at home, while 13% have been fully remote and 41% have been fully office-based. The remainder were not working at the time. The shift working from home has transformed local economies. Industry estimates indicate that vacant office space has nearly doubled since the pandemic. A quarter of dry cleaning businesses have shut down, and the number of golf games played during the working week has risen by 350%, suggesting some people are mixing work and pleasure. Now, working from home is rapidly becoming a major battleground in the culture wars. The government is currently legislating to strengthen the right of employees across the UK to request working from home, and say that it intends to make it harder for employers to turn down requests. Of course, we don't have got a Labour Party in power here, right? But some employers, including government bodies, are battling with staff to get back into the office, urging or arguing that face-to-face interaction is essential to collaborative working. In some cases, such as independent record label hospital records, these requires negotiation between a young workforce, some of whom may never have worked full-time in an office, and their older bosses. The company founder Chris Goss, who introduced a new policy requiring staff work 3 days in the office rather than 2 days, said he had a nagging feeling that remote working has affected the company's bottom line. Now, I firmly believe that the music industry is all about relationship, and so the one single way for one of any of us to be able to build those kind of meaningful relationship is to do it in person. Now, my 25-year-old marketing manager at the company said she likes being around her more experienced colleagues in the workplace. There is a lot of people in my team that are a lot further along in their career. So if I need help with something, I can just ask someone. But when you're working online as well, you can ask someone, right? But she believes that she will not be able to be in the office 5 days a week because my social battery drains, and I need some time to be just at home and just to smash out loads of admin. Now, Professor Bloom, a Stanford University economist, said his research into working from home suggests employees in their teens and early 20s should probably be in the office at least 4 days a week to maximize their opportunities for being mentored. However, he said polls of tens of thousands of employees in the UK, US, and Europe suggest workers value the ability to work from home for 2 days a week about as much as 8%, as much as an 8% pay rise. Employment Rights Minister Justin Mathers told a Panorama program there was a growing body of evidence that working from home was more productive. He also said it was good for growth because companies will have a much more motivated workforce, and if we are able to get more people into work because flexibility is available for them, that will help us reach our growth ambitions. So, what is your take on that? Do you think that we should still allow working from home to go on? Or, hey, we all come to the office. Like some of us, we all have to come to the studio to bring the program to you. And, well, but now some of the jobs, some of the productions that we do remotely, so we don't necessarily have to be in the studio. We can be there, we log on the system from anywhere that we are, and then and the production goes on. But what do you think about all that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I bring the program to a close for today. It's been a pleasure coming your way at 6 minutes past 12, and it has been me, Archie. Well, unfortunately, will not bring you Linda Pallien this morning, but wherever you are, just stay tuned. Let's enjoy this music from the Zongo Man, and he says the problem of Africa and us. Trump is sworn into office. I want African leaders to sit up. Is it Africa first? Is it Ghana first? Is it Nigeria first? Or who first? Stay tuned. Don't touch the dial. Enjoy the music. When it ends, you don't hear from me. To me, Archie saying, have a top of the day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.
The problem of Africa is the elite. Africa. Who run things, who run things, who run things. The problem of Africa is the elite. Africa. Who run things, who run things, who run things. Them all go to universities. Universities award them degrees. Big degrees. Degrees. Big degrees. MSc in stealing. Bachelor of Arts, mismanagement. Masters in looting. MSc in corruption, Bachelor of Science in nepotism, MSc in forgery, Bachelor of Arts in indiscipline, MSc in embezzlement. The problem of Africa is the elite. Africa. Who run things, who run things, who run things. The problem of Africa is the elite. Africa. Who run things, who run things, who run things. Some of them went to London School of